Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Akakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like up there doing his work of faith, labor with love, true sincerity. All right, now I want to get into a quick lesson based upon this one scripture here in the book of Deuteronomy 28. I forgot to put on Shalakia. Deuteronomy 28. All right, and this is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 45. It says, "Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things." All right. And, as men of the Lord, we know that the curses are upon us. We know with pretty much 99 point whatever percent of our people, don't know. We know all of these things that's in the scriptures pertain unto us. We know the right way to leave, to go. We know which is the path that leads to life. We know the path which leads to death. And ultimately, we're on a path that leads to righteousness. We know many mysteries, dark secrets, the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding, that the Lord has endowed us with. And the main thing is always leading back to the curses, which is one of our top things that we use to display, by fact that we are who we say we are. All right. And it's abundantly clear that what the curses are upon us, that's why we're in this state. That's why, so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans can't get together, do anything right, while we're at the bottom of the totem pole, all because we hearken not to the voice of the Lord. Right. But the key point is that in verse 46, "And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever." Now that right there speaks volumes, because what shall be upon us? The curses, these characteristics that the Most High has stained us with for not following according to his word, right? Characteristics speak a lot about a person, or speak a lot about a people, or speak a lot about a particular thing, all right? So the characteristics that follow us, hence we fall to the curses. These are one of our top signs for us to marvel at, to realize like, yo, this makes sense. Or when we think about certain things, that pertain to our history, that pertain to our culture, like, yo, this is us. There's not no way that this can't be us. That's how it should speak to us as individuals and as a people, and because when you look up that word there, sign, that word there, sign, means what? A token. All right? It's a token. And when you look up the word token, hold on, let me look this up on my tablet real quick. When you look up the word token, it says a thing serving as a visible or tangible representation of a fact, quality, feeling, etc. A symbol, a sign, an emblem. Okay? So that's what it is for us. These curses are visible, intangible representations of facts, as well as some spiritual facts, as I like to call them, because there's just certain things that pertain to the scripture that it's just black people. Like when we talk about running fast, or when we talk about certain sports or whatever, or different things, and the characteristics that Jake have, you can obviously tell. So we have spiritual facts that cling to a T with certain things. All right. And then we have uh, our tangible facts, you know, which clearly show that we are who we say we are. All right. So we have these different variables within the scriptures that let us know, and ultimately, what that's why when you go to the book of Romans, when you go to the book of Romans, it said, the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. All right? Our spirit clearly bears witness, man. Clearly. About how we carry ourselves. We know that what we different from the Africans based upon how they carry themselves, the lack of liveliness of spirit that they have. All right? We can clearly tell all of these different things, man. You know? We can tell the difference with our spirit and the him. We can tell our difference between our spirit and the East Indian, our spirit and the difference between so-called Japanese, the so-called Chinese, so on and so forth, man. All these differences, they're clearly there, but people choose to ignore them. Why? Because it's something that they don't want to believe. That's why the scriptures constantly talk about, that uh, it's going to be pretty much it's going to be a sight that they've never seen before, because all of the things that we speak of are things in which they're not expecting whatsoever, man. You know, we're bringing it all into fruition, and we're uh, uh, giving the Lord's word the proper validation that it needs, and the Lord is going to put that final stamp on everything in which we're saying in the long run. When Yahweh Shah makes that second return, man, then it ain't gonna be no cloak for nothing. There ain't gonna be no words, no this, that, and the third, or I thought this, or I thought that. The Lord gonna put it down. The Lord gonna lay it down quite flat. As like an old saying, how they used to say, I'm gonna lay it down quite flat. The Lord is gonna lay it down quite flat, everything in which we saying, to prove the validity, of these scriptures, of these signs, these tokens in which we're giving them to the people. Because everything in which you go through is signs being left, is tokens being left of something, or when you go through like certain ancient civilizations, they left back signs, they left back tokens of certain things for you to look upon them in with certain a form of respect or reverence or remembrance. So that's the same thing that the Lord Yahweh Shah has done with us in reference towards these curses. You may look like, well, damn, that's a hell of a thing. Hey, and yeah, you're right. But that's the way the Lord stamped us, because as we go into what Jeremiah 17:4, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. So this clearly shows that what we was going to come back to our heritage, but what helps us to come back to our heritage is recognizing the curses that the Lord put upon us, because what these are the signs, these are some of the tokens, amongst many other things, but these are the primary things that display certain physical things that have happened to us during various periods of history, that you can't explain them no other way without putting our names in the midst of it, without putting the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in the midst of those conversations, man. Because as the scriptures say in Daniel's, Daniel 9 and 12, that no nation under the whole heaven has been done as bad as Israel has been done, man. And that's a proven fact. That is a proven fact, man. That is a proven fact. When you look at the hundreds of millions of Israelites that have been slaughtered throughout the four corners of the earth, man, by the hands of Esau, starting off with the Renaissance period and carrying on with the Spaniards, the so-called Portuguese, all these different Edomite peoples, these different Edomite nations, that's separated by territories, and how they came to rape, rob, and murder us. All of us, man, all of us as a people. And they still haven't accounted for any of that, man. But the time has come to where the Lord is going to put that final stamp of approval upon us, and to show these people exactly what time it is, because as it gets into what Deuteronomy 7:6, the Lord hath made thee a special people unto himself above all people upon the face of the earth. And that's what it all boils down to. And the Lord is about to make that known real soon, man. You know? So with that, I hope this segment was edifying. And I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Makakwadash, the Bawanas to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to Lek out there doing his work of faith and live of love and true sincerity. Shalom.